Like she said, first one off the runway, Blackie Wangren, Grand National driver. Very, very good independent driver. If it wasn't for people like Blackie, we wouldn't have racing today, guys. So we appreciate you, Blackie.
We don't have racing today.
There you go. Well, okay, there you go. Go see Bob.
Blackie.
Mr. Bill Blair Jr. Apple, North Carolina. His father won the 1953 beach race. He brought his dad's car down here, so whenever they go to sign an autograph here in a few minutes, you'll be able to see him. Oh, my.
Right now. Okay, go straight.
You can see his name tag.
Olin Holtz.
Olin Holtz. Come on down, brother. A Smoky Utic man.
Just so you guys know, Olin
I'm going to tell you something. If Smokey heard me say that, or Ray heard me say that, I'd have to go over here to Halifax Hospital.
You got that right.
Thank you for coming. We appreciate
Olin
it.
made the centerpieces for tomorrow's brunch.
All
and
right.
actually, they will be available for auction tomorrow, although I know some of you probably won't be at the brunch.
Yeah,
We probably should have
yeah.
auctioned one off today. We might still do that.
All right, next in the list, we got a man run on the beach. Mr. Brownie King from over in Tennessee way. Old Grand National driver. You run convertible division and everything, didn't you, Brownie?
Yes.
He's a good man. Thank you the world, Brownie. He's come a long way. We appreciate him coming down. Go see Bob. Yeah, he's hiding his name tag. He don't want nobody to know who he is. Rick Parrish, we appreciate you coming down.
Thank you. ARCA, USAC Stock Cars, and NASCAR Grand National.
There you go. Okay, thank you for coming.
Is that 3 decades?
Nobody knows who this fellow is. Eddie Sperling. We appreciate you coming, Eddie.
Appreciate it. Appreciate you inviting me.
Oh, no.
Representing Georgia, aren't I?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Jack Cook Jr., senior.
That's senior.
I got half of it right anyway. Jack, how you doing?
Fine. Hope I get to see you next year.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you, Ozzy, there's no way I can replace Ozzy. He's sick. He's had a stroke since last year, and I'm just tickled to death just to even be here. But they asked me if I'd say a word or two about you guys, but next year, hopefully Ozzy can come back. Thank you. Appreciate you, Jack. And the next, he's another Tennessean, Travis Tiller, number 49. 46. That's upside down 9, right?
Upside down.
Oh, somebody was hollering the short age. Anything to that?
That's right. Now 49, I was kept up to age.
Thank you. Appreciate you coming. Mary Sue. I was going to say Mary Sue, but Margaret Sue is better. This is Curtis Turner's daughter. The same Curtis Turner. I mean, there wasn't no better dirt track driver in the world than Curtis Turner. So here's Margaret Sue. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Happy to be here and support this always.
Oh, yeah. Okay, thank you, dear. Go see Bob. Oh, I'm sorry. Richard Poindexter. He's a Floridian.
Short track guy.
Short track man. He's been around there too.
Tony!
Close to your mouth, guys.
Keep him down there a little longer.
What do you want me to say?
Well, just what you done.
I've done a little short track, asphalt, late models, All Pro Series, NDRA back in the day.
Now he's a car collector. Him and his brother got one of the best collections around. They've got a lot of cars sitting around here. So Charles, thank you. Yeah, the gold mine, that's what they call it. Okay, here comes Miss Joey Flock. This is the famed Tim Flock and Francis Flock's daughter. Francis ain't able to be here this year, but we're hoping her the best. And I talked to her the other day. She's in real good spirits. And Joey's here to represent the Flock family. And I'm going to tell you a short story. I hope I don't get fired for it. But if it wasn't for Tim and Francis Flock, the Old Timers Racing Club Medical Hardship Fund probably wouldn't be in existence today. Quick story was we had a fundraiser for Tim Flock. Francis wouldn't take a dime of it. Tim wouldn't take a dime of it. They turned around and put that money into the Medical Hardship Fund for the Old Timers Racing Club. It takes a special person to do that, especially when you're laying there dying with cancer and you giving that money away. But that's the type of people the Flocks are. Here comes one of them Derringer boys. This is Darryl Derringer Jr. Most of you remember Darryl. He Grand National driver. Excuse the French, hell of a wheelman. And me and Darryl had a lot of fun together, a lot of good conversations together back in the 60s and 70s. But Junior's down here to represent his dad.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you. Well, this one here, he's another one. His dad was Mario Ross, one of the best premier engine builders, car builders, mechanic of any kind. Built cars for Donnie and Bobby, all the Allisons, and you name it, and he built them cars. He is now working on a 1969 Charger, Daytona, that he's fixing up like his dad had. And it is a car. It is an actual race car that his dad had. Tell him about it.
Well, it's the last car that was run at Daytona as a wing car in 1971 with Dick Brooks driving with a 305 cubic inch motor instead of a 426 Hemi. So that's pretty much it.
Well, Bill, we appreciate you coming down. All right, here's Charlie Roberts. Run Grand Nationals back in the 70s. He wasn't one of the worst cheaters in the world, but he was good at it. He didn't get caught, so that tells you something. Charlie, thank you, buddy. Well, no, we don't want to talk about the him. My fault, guys. All right, here, Ronnie Roan. We appreciate you coming down. I know you run in Florida.
Yeah, Georgia.
Georgia, where else?
Alabama, South Carolina, and my backyard.
Did you run late model sportsmen, modifieds, or
Run all of them.
all of them? Okay. All right. Appreciate you coming. Oh, okay. Well, they just told me he's the president of the Hall of Fame in Jacksonville. All right. Here's Poppy and granddaughter. This feller used to work for Mr. Gordon, and in the mid-70s, and he's brought his granddaughter down to be the Miss Red Runway.
She is the Miss Back to Roots Racing this year. So she had a little uniform, but the bottom end fell out of the motor, so it was old everywhere.
Terry Anderson, we appreciate you. All right, here's Fireball Roberts, his son-in-law. He's got the 22 car down here. Richard Trivet, he was married to Pam before she passed away, so but he represents the Roberts family, does a good job with it. And Richard, we appreciate you coming.
Thank you, Mike. I
appreciate everybody else showing up here, and what a great crowd we got, and a lot of history here.
Oh yeah.
And that's what I'm here for.
Well, that's what everybody's here for. Most of us got a little snow on the roof, so we remember those guys. All right? Doc Bessler. I couldn't remember how to say your last name to save my life. I apologize for that. But I'm just an old country boy. I appreciate you coming. What was your claim to fame?
I'm still an active racer. I've won an event, a couple at Daytona here, multi-national champion, North American champion, Florida State champion, and that's
yeah. Well,
but thank you. I'd like to thank everybody. Two motorcycle races, Jack Cook and I. All these four-wheelers were two wheels.
Oh, great. Well, I'm going to tell you something. That's a rough bunch. Where you win in a motorcycle race, you've done something. This Kenny don't need no introduction. Everybody knows who Kenny is. Him and Joe McGovern, I think you can't get them separated. What's the deal? How you doing?
Blessed.
Well, we're all blessed to be here. All right, now tell these fine folks what you do.
Oh, what I did. Well, I started in 1970 with Bobby Isaac, and I wound up for 25 years later in 95 with Rick Manson School One car, and now I just finished drag race and build old school hot rods.
All right, well that's great. I'm gonna tell you something. At least you're able to still do some of this stuff. And you worked for one of these guys that worked hard at what he done. Bobby Isaac was a fine fella. I loved him. I mean, you know,
It was only 7 of us on the championship team then, and we ran almost 50 races a year.
Yeah, the King Gate.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I remember that very well. Appreciate you coming. Go see Bob. Hey, Joe. Oh, he's signing autographs. Sign me a check while you're over there, Ed. Ed Clark from Atlanta Motor Speedway, ladies and gentlemen. He has broke his teeth in at Charlotte. He's been at Atlanta. Where else you been, Ed? Bristol and Nashville. I knew you'd been at Bristol, but I just couldn't remember when.
Won't be much longer. I'll be at all of them.
Well, your buddy just retired this year, so maybe you ought to go down and take Talladega home.
Well, Grant and I kind of grew up together, and he's been a friendly competitor. We've been great friends for a long time, done a lot of things together through the years. Got to know him back when he worked for Winston. And we're going to miss old Grant. He's a good guy. And I think he's going to be around. I don't see him going off too far.
Well, no, he ain't going too far. Not as long as he's got a boat to ride in and do some fishing. That's all he's interested in right now. But are you planning on staying in Atlanta, or are you going to go to one of the other tracks?
I don't plan on going anywhere else. I've been doing this for 43 years, and still get up every morning and love it just like the very first day I did it. So it's been a real pleasure for me to be able to do this all this time, to meet so many wonderful people in this business. You know, the racing's great, and that's what we all do it for, but the friendships that you make, really, for me, when it's all said and done, are really what it's all about. And hope to meet a few more people here today I've heard of, and make some new friends.
Yeah, well, I'm a learning too, Ed. But it's a pleasure to have you here with us, and I do thank you for coming. Like I said, I'm just filling in for Ozzy. Hopefully he'll be back here next year. He's a wonderful guy, but you work for some special people too in your daytime.
Well, I've been blessed to work with a lot of great people, and you mentioned Ozzy. Ozzy has worked for us in Atlanta Motor Speedway and Charlotte Motor Speedway for quite a while, New Hampshire Motor Speedway, and we certainly wish him the best. Love to see him get back to 100%. Great guy, works so hard, and loves this sport like we all do. So we're all hoping and praying he'll get back 100%.
Thank you. I appreciate you coming, Ed. Oh, okay. All right, here comes one of the Myers brothers boys. Randy Myers. He's Billy Myers' son. Okay?
Yes, I am.
Yep. All right. Just say a word or two about it.
About what?
About him.
Oh, my dad raced on the beach. He's a national champion for NASCAR Sportsman Division in 1955. He and his brother Bobby were the Myers brothers, of course, of that day. There's another group now, but they were pretty well known and well represented in the sport, I think.
All right, thank you, Randy. I appreciate you coming. All right, here comes another Carolina man. Well, Virginia, Carolina. Bobby Fleming, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I'm from Virginia, but I ran the Grand American Circuit back in '68 through '72, and then the Grand National East from '72 to '74. That's it.
All right. Yeah, you run trucks too, didn't you?
Yeah, won the first truck race I ever had at Rockingham, 1983.
All right, thank you. Good to see Bobby. Okay, this fella here don't really need any recognition or anything. Roy Hendricks. His father was a flying 11.
Sure was. Still is flying.
Oh yeah, flying high.
Yeah.
But we appreciate y'all coming down. I'm running way behind, I said. So thank you, Roy. Appreciate you coming. June Wynn. How you doing, honey? It's a long time. I hadn't seen you in a long time. This Red Boat starter. One of the best mechanics and original mechanics of NASCAR. The 1949 champion. So she's seen a lot of the history. She knows a lot of the history. She knows a lot of the folks. June, thank you for coming, dear. Waddell Wilson, ladies and gentlemen, he don't need any introduction. Champion, mechanic, car, well, you just name it, Waddell's done it. Master mechanic. There ain't no other way to say it. Just a master mechanic.
Well, I appreciate that. Nice to be here. Nice crowd. I know Daytona has always been good to me, but you could come to Daytona and you could get the highest highs and the lowest lows. Still, it was good.
Okay, Waddell, thank you for coming. I appreciate you. Ed Hines, he's the one that's behind this kidney foundation, trying to get Sam Bass a kidney. So, anyhow, Ed, thank you for coming. What do you got to say?
I never thought I'd be on the red carpet with all these famous people or be even involved whatsoever. I'm the one that's honored to be here, and I'm thankful and honored that y'all would have us here to help represent Sam Bass and help him find a kidney. That's the only reason I'm here, and to honor all of our legends in racing.
All right, thank you. Appreciate you, Ed. Young racer, Joe Wilder. Joe, thank you for coming. What are you running in? What division are you running?
I run NASCAR late models in the NASCAR late model series and everything. So, Anderson, South Carolina, Greenville, Hickory, all around. Yes, sir. Oh yeah, I've done thousands of laps at Hickory and Greenville. So.
All right, thank you for coming. Appreciate it, and good luck in the future. Huh? Skip Pollock, I mean,
I have no idea.
You have no idea what you've done? Okay, well, that's good news.
I was the crew chief for the late Joe Frazone and for Blackie Wangren, and I thank them all for letting me be a part of this.
You're quite welcome. We appreciate you coming down. And we lost Joe last year too, so that's a rough deal. But we're Wesley Hawkins. Appreciate you coming. And what did you do?
I got the Sam Bass car.
Okay. Thank you for coming. All right, hit down. Buzz McKim. Everybody knows Buzz McKim. He's a historian. Was the curator for NASCAR Hall of Fame in Charlotte. Recently quit work Y'all are paying him to sit at home. Here you go, bud. Say something.
Yeah, it's nice to be home. My wife is very happy. She's not cold anymore. I wish she'd get happier though. But anyway, yeah, we've been back here about a little over a year, and this is where we grew up. But I miss it. But now we have a radio show from the North Turn every Friday, and if you're down there on Friday about noontime, Bobby and Donnie Allison are going to be on our show. So come on down and see the Allison boys. It'll be a really, really neat deal. And the food's good too. And I thank you for having us here. Appreciate it, Mike.
Thank you, Buzz. I appreciate your hard work helping keep the history of the sport alive. And how many more we got back here? Okay, Bill T, appreciate you coming down. How are you? Well, what do you run?
I didn't race. I built the cars for too long. I started in 1950.
Well, that is a long little while, but we appreciate you coming down, and everybody down here tickled to death to have you. You're still a part of the history of this sport. Steve Burnett. Burnside. I got half right. But what'd you do, Steve?
I raced up in West Virginia and done a whole bunch of running up around there, and I've been coming down here helping these guys a little bit. Run into that guy right there, Bob Hisson, and he's calling me and doing all this stuff here. So I enjoy helping these guys out and supporting this group, because this is a bunch of fantastic people here to be standing amongst.
Well, appreciate you coming, Steve. And I don't, is that it? Okay. Okay, they're going to take a picture or two here.
I'm going to go down. Are you ready?